Well, hello again. It's me. We've had a whole week of the February challenge, the practice challenge, and it's been great to read about all sorts of things some of you have been getting up to. I hope lots of the rest of you have been practicing as well, but just not so active on Facebook. Maybe not on Facebook at all. So hope that you enjoy the little updates. Just want, before I sort of launch in, just to say that Wednesday nights is still going to be available. Haven't had any takers yet, but do get in touch if you want to join me on a Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, or if not, if that's better for you, 9 o'clock would be fine too. So this week I thought I'd like to talk to you about physical fitness, and that's not like physical fitness as in jogging and doing push-ups and stuff. This is, physical wellness for playing, and obviously it is a physical endeavour, and probably more so for the more so consciously for the wind and the brass. But I think for us string players, it's very easy for us to forget how physical what we're doing is. So as you have probably gathered now, if you saw last week's video, my challenge is the Brahms Violin Concerto, at least the first movement anyway, and it is really physically demanding, and I know lots of you not necessarily biting off quite such a big piece to be challenging yourself with, but nonetheless just getting going and playing a bit more than you've been used to is going to be physically challenging you. And really, this is absolutely talking to myself more than anything else, that I absolutely need to hear this, and I need to remind myself and do it much more than I do, and that is to warm up before you play, to stretch and to stretch afterwards. And I generally am pretty good at stretching afterwards because I feel physically tired and whatever, but I'm not very good at doing it before. But I've found with the Brahms particularly, there are certain bits that unless I'm warm and limbered up, I just can't do it. So this is the sort of thing that I might I've taken, because obviously the weather's really cold at the moment, just coming up for a super cold week, I think, to actually just jogging about and doing a few, just literally just warming my body up. But then once I've done that, I think the kinds of things that I'm going to do is some really quite deep stretches of the whole sort of shoulder area. Now this is kind of what they show you on the things, but you can actually deepen this kind of stretch, which is stretching all around here, by using the doorpost, and that's quite a good. I don't know if I can manage to show you. I don't think I can, but you basically hang on to the door and kind of pull it round, and really hold into that quite deeply. So both sides. I better just do that the other side, hadn't I? And we, playing the violin and viola particularly is enormously unnatural, really, all this twisting and stuff. So we do a lot of this, so we tend to be I think stretching out your shoulders and getting them sort of circulating and all the rest of it. Some stretching up this way, stretching around the back that way to sort of expand you here. And then also with my left arm, I find that the twisting this way and the stretching that way does put an enormous strain on all of this. So I tend to do quite a bit of stretching the opposite way. You've probably seen me doing that. I did have quite a lot of physio treatment and stuff, so where I was being encouraged to stretch. And actually I'm in reasonably good shape now, I think. I mean, not right this minute, but I think some of the stretches for the violinists among you, there's quite a lot of tenths that you have to play in the Brahms, and particularly in the first movement. So I just thought I might just show you a little bit of what I have to sort of contort myself into, just by way of finishing. So just one little tiny bit, which is not, it's quite a hard... Oh, that wasn't good. Okay, let's go again. that's enough of that. So you can see how that's coming-ish, but nailing all of those tenths. So I do have to be very well warmed up for that. So if there's any particular challenges you've got, I'm sure there will be, but being warm and then stretching out and then trying to do things in as relaxed a way as you possibly can, is good. So do get warmed up. Whether or obviously the brass guys, they all you all know about that. You're all really good and disciplined about that, I'm sure, warming up properly, because you just can't do it otherwise. But I'm not sure the strings are so much. So it's good to be reminded to do things in a relaxed way. Also, I'm standing up. I've decided that I need to stand up more. I usually practice standing up, but I've been doing a lot of sitting at my computer. So I've been trying to get up and move around during lessons, and so hence being stood up now. Okay, one last thing that I wanted to tell you about. If you wanted to discover a new piece for violins, I've a few weeks ago, Radio 3 featured Amy Beach, American composer, on Composer of the Week, and I heard some lovely music of hers, including the Romance for violin and piano, which is quite short and lovely. And there's also a violin and piano sonata as well. So if you want to explore some new music, there's some nice recordings of those on YouTube. Have a little look. Okay, I think that's all for now, and I'll see you again next week. Not quite sure what I'm talking about next week, but that's next week's problem. All right, well, take care. Have a good week. Bye for now.